necessary. Number 8, I mean, you have already hired
Yes.
people, and be considered to approve the employment of new at will.
The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the employment of new at-will personnel as discussed and closed.
A motion,
Nice motion.
a motion by Mr. Espinoza, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Houston. Questions, concerns? Not in favor? Motion carries. Okay, on C, discussion, consider the possible action regarding a proposed settlement.
You didn't do B?
Well,
B.
just did B.
We did.
We didn't do A because
Oh.
she hires those people. We did B, which was the paras. Discussion, consider a possible action regarding the proposal relating to the contract dispute with TFO and GO LIC and matters related thereto. Ms. Rones?
The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees consider taking possible action regarding proposed settlement offer relating to a contract dispute with CFO on the Go LLC and matters related thereto.
Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I move that the Board of Trustees approve the proposed settlement agreement between the district and the CFO on the Go LLC under the terms discussed in closed session and authorize the superintendent to finalize, execute all documents necessary to implement the settlement.
Right. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Espinoza. Questions, concerns? Not all in favor? Motion passes. On 7, we already covered Mr. Figuerina. We're going on 8, budget workshop, pages 25, 26 of safety and benefit plan. Ms. Rones?
And I'll wait for Mr. Fernandez to put up our PowerPoint presentation. And so as is the tradition here at CCISD, we bring the initially the compensation plan before the board during budget workshop for consideration. We do have a packet as part of today's presentation. And I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into page, the first section of your book. I'm going to be on page 4. 4 and 5 is really the discussion today.
Renumbered.
Page 4 and 5, you should have the 2 tables, and we apologize, but the numbers did not register during the print. So as you all know, under House Bill 2, the teacher retention allotment was proposed and approved by Governor Abbott. And so as Crystal City ISD is considered as serving less or fewer than 5,000 students enrolled, our requirement under House Bill 2 is to provide compensation of $4,000 for teachers between years 3 and 4 of service, and $8,000 for teachers 5 years and beyond. And so this is a law. This is a bill that was signed into law. The district does not have an option of not implementing, and so essentially what we're doing is that we're front loading the allotment. We will not, however, be receiving the entitlements or the allotment until we're hoping as early as March of 2026, but it could possibly be later. The money to fund the teacher and the teacher retention allotment is not money that we are going to be receiving in September like we do the other traditional state allotments. So we will have to wait a significant amount of time before we see any type of compensation from the state.
But
so,
we have to start.
But we are required to begin. This is effective September 1st. So the district is prepared to implement and maintain the integrity of the statute.
And again,
Staff will receive the increase, right?
Yes, sir.
and again,
Yes, sir.
this is mandated by the state, it's not.
Correct. It's not a district decision.
It's a district
Correct.
decision,
Yes.
whoever gets the money based on, the years of experience and all that. That's,
Yes, sir. So one of the considerations that we have to take on is for those board members that have been sitting at the table for a number of years, we typically present the teachers, the counselors, the librarians, and the nurses together under one table. So under CASB's and TEA's guidance, the recommendation for districts was that we separate the positions, keeping counselors, librarians, and registered nurses in one table, which is what you see on that first table, and the teachers that qualify for the teacher retention allotment on the second table, which is what you see on that second table. The highlights that you see on the second table, highlighting year 3 and year 5, are just the indicators that from years 3 and 4, that those years of service are eligible for $4,000, and beginning with year 5, teachers, depending on their years of service, qualify for their salary plus the $8,000. So what you see in that third column is what a teacher's salary would be under the teacher retention allotment. So all of these under the yellow category already include or already have embedded either the $4,000 allotment or the $8,000 allotment. And so any questions that you have, again, this is a state mandate. And so what we do is we feed this into our existing tables.
but this is gonna be, right now, and you're gonna check with Juan Cruz. This is for certified teachers. You're gonna look at, permanent subs, the long-term subs to see what they would qualify for.
I actually have provided to you, if, my tabs are yellow, your color, I believe is green. If you move past the compensation packet, there is a section, it's actually a confidential email, that addresses that. If you can move all the way down to the bottom part of that email. It's your first tab, or it should be your first tab after the compensation package.
My first tab.
You have them in the same order as I do?
Is this page right here, Ms. Briones?
No, it's an email. No? Okay, then you don't have it, and that's okay. And I'll read this to you. So this is Mr. Cruz information to me. It says, according to statute, as such, the following individuals may be entitled to the TRA, and so of course it's certified educators meeting the statutory definition under section 5.001, and uncertified teachers who perform classroom teaching duties meeting the 4-hour daily instruction requirement, even if they do not hold a certification under subchapter B, chapter 21. So I knew that this question was going to come up, and again, this is a budget workshop, this is for questions and answers. So I went ahead and asked Mr. Cruz to provide guidance. So as far as your question is concerned, uncertified teachers would be eligible for the teacher retention allotment.
Based on the years of experience.
Based on their years of experience and where they fall on the salary table, yes, sir. Any other questions?
The teachers from 0 to 2 years not getting any
Correct.
increase.
Just their step.
Was there not approved SSRA funds, the $45 that can be used for?
So when we get into the support allotment, we'll talk about what we can do with those.
That can be used for teachers, right?
Correct. For teachers not benefiting from the teacher retention allotment, yes,
Well,
sir.
that's not for teachers only, that's for everybody else.
Correct,
maintenance, teacher aides.
Teachers that don't qualify because of their years of service can also benefit from that other allotment.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying.
There was a point that kept, stayed in my mind when I first heard about it that summer thing. That's all the amount's not gonna be very much for all our paras and stuff like that. So I'm kind of in the middle about using some of that for the teachers that didn't qualify under the teacher retention thing.
So when we move into
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just want to point that out right
board
now.
allotment, we can share with you what we sat through most this morning and the recommendations that they're making to the districts that they serve.
All righty.
So will this money come in with our first allotment?
No. Come on. So in September, we began receiving our basic allotment. We received a payment in September, a payment in October, and then we'll see another one in August. So that's just our basic allotment. This is a different allotment. So under House Bill 2, there are several allotments. This specific one will not be, we will not be able to see it until perhaps as early as March 2026, but based on the session that we attended today, it could be later than that, but not earlier than March 2026. And that's what we know of as of today, but this is an evolving conversation.
Maybe don't have, but
Yes, sir.
we will not receive the allotment, but we're gonna have to start paying.
Correct.
September the 1st, either, what we're gonna do, based on the $8,000 throughout the year or the 4,000.
Correct.
So we have to.
Right.
Start
So
paying.
it starts with their
September.
September, okay.
It starts with your first
But we're not
September
gonna get the
payroll.
money.
And we absorb it and then they send the money, okay.
Yes, we are going to
According to
absorb
the
the payroll.
Yeah.
But then when the money comes in, we'll reimburse.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's like a retro.
Yes, we can apply. Yes.
How does that affect our overall budget moving forward?
So we've run preliminary numbers, so we've spent a good part of the afternoon looking at the impact that it'll have, and so we'll show you that a little bit. I want to make sure to go over the packet first. So in terms of the only changes that we have made to salary, in terms of House Bill 2, these are the only two changes that we've made. The rest of the tables are structures. So those, if you recall, and I did include, I'm sorry, before I jump into the structures, right behind the teacher retention allotment table, I did include just a real brief Q&A of when will district funding amounts be available. It has a TA header. And so that's the question is for cash flow purposes, beginning in September 2025, districts will be paid based on prior year estimates until the summary of finance reports are updated in March 2026 with PEIMS fall submission data for the current year. So for those of us that work in the school district and, former educators, we know that we have a fall snapshot in October, at the end of October. At the end of the October, TEA will extract our data. And then based on the number of teachers that we have, they will revisit the numbers that have been proposed for the district. Because of course we have turnover and we have vacancies and we fill vacancies. The numbers that TA had extracted at the end of the year may be different from beginning of the year. So their numbers are going to change. So our entitlement may change as well. So I just added that here so that you all know that we're not expected to get any funding based on this until after the fall PEIMS submission. After that, we begin with the administrative professional pay plan. So these are our pay structures. The only changes that I have made here are the contract changes that the board approved at the end of June. Yes, the days. So what you see in red are the reduction of days. So, and I'll give you an example. So for pay structure 1, we have only one position, and that's the position of the instructional technology specialist. That is degree. That position used to be a 226, I'm sorry, two positions. That position used to be a 226. After board action, that position is now a 220. So these are the only changes that we have made to the structures. And obviously, we have to do the math calculations to match the dates. But in terms of position, which is what we look at for compensation, we have not moved any of the positions out of their pay structure. The positions remain the same as last year.
I have a question on 3. On the instructional coaches, how many instructional coaches are you gonna have? I mean, I know last year you were in the classrooms.
And that continues, sir. So our instructional coaches right now are teaching in the classroom.
Well, if they're teaching, if it's half a day, they each qualify for the 8,000 or 4,000, because the law says
Yes.
if you teach 4 days, I mean, 4 hours, if you're a librarian or whatever,
Right. They'll go into the teacher
yeah,
tables.
because that's
If
what
they
I'm
have
from the
more of their
law. If
day,
you teach 4
yes.
days, for example, the librarian is a librarian part-time, I mean, half a day, but teaches library classes. So they're teaching, they're entitled to the 8,000 or 4,000 because they're teaching at least half of the day.
If they are in an actual classroom, yes, but not if they're just teaching a class in the library. They have to be in an actual classroom and have to be a teacher of record for those students.
On the auxiliary transportation hourly, is that part-time bus drivers?
You jumped all the way to the back?
I really don't. No, I know it's a crucial area and a lot of my friends are asking me if,
Okay, can we continue with this and then, note down?
okay.
Can we? Okay, all righty, so that's, for pay structures, that's the only change that we made. 226 went down to 220, 212s went down to 205s, 240s to 235, 198s to 195s, and those are the changes that we made. On the back page of that, that's a continuation. Where the salary tables begin for the professional tables,
Ms. Barros.
it's the same thing.
I have a question on the administrative professionals, those tabs. When we approved the days, at this last meeting, we approved them, what was the total amount saved or based off of those changes?
For these people, I believe we were like, I'm not gonna give you an exact figure, but at least at 78,000, 70 to 78,000
That was the total between all of them?
savings, yes, sir. So moving on to the tables, we have the same number of tables that we have structures. So we have 7 pay structures, so you will see 7 tables. So these are AP1 all the way to AP7. And you will see that where the board did a modification on contract days, you will see that we went from 226 to 220. And the reason for that is so that you can see the reduction by year. Okay,
Are all these people, I mean, are we giving them a step raise or not?
everybody, yes, sir.
Everybody's gonna get the
Everybody
step
gets their
raise.
step, yes, sir.
Taking days away, but they continue.
They get their step, yes. And so for tables AP1 to AP7, that's the only change, is the change in contract days.
Which one, did you have a question, Gabriel? We're in, AP.
We,
It was over here.
it's towards the back of this question.
Because I know it's a crucial area, the part-time bus drivers, transportation.
And we'll get there. So,
So then we move on to, and I apologize, that should be 2526 clerical, the paraprofessional pay structures. You will see 8 structures. And the same thing happened with the pay structures. The only changes that we made are the changes to contract days. 202 employees went down to 197s, 240s to 235s, 226 to 220s, and you see the changes and the corresponding salary changes. And we move from pay structures to pay tables. These move as PA1s. So you will see PA1 all the way up to PA8. And the changes that you see are the changes in contract days and the changes in salary that go with each year of service. Then we move on to 2526 auxiliary pay structures.
And just very quickly, I saw the calendar dates for the administrative pay, but I don't see which ones would fall under the 226. I was looking for, I see 235.
Oh, under the paraprofessional pay tables?
On the administrative professional pay plan.
So so I'm gonna go back to the administrative tables.
I took for granted that I had seen 226, but I didn't.
No, you're not going to see 226, you're going to see 220, because that's the change that we're making.
So the other ones that are in bold, I don't know what color it is.
It's red, so all of the reds that have a 220 used to be 226.
So the ones that are all red that say 226 are now 220.
Yes, everybody
That's the other way.
Yes.
Okay, all right,
All the ones that are in red are the changes that were made through board action,
okay, all right,
okay?
got it.
Okay, so I'm back to 2526 auxiliary pay structures. There are 6 total structures. And again,
Yes, before we move too far forward, on the clerical paraprofessional plan, we only adjusted the ones above 187, right? Anybody at 187, we didn't?
correct,
adjust?
no one,
Okay.
yes, that is correct.
auxiliary plant,
Auxiliary plan has 6 structures, same thing, 240s now became 235s, and that's the only change in that structure. 240s went down to 235, and the corresponding plans, all the MC1s, you have MC1 to MC6, they have that change, where we changed the salary table from 240 days to 235 days, and you will see the reduction based on years of experience. So those are the salary tables. Again, nothing changed from last year in terms of salary, because the salaries are continuous. The step is the one that changes. The only change that we made to these are the contracts that were beyond 187 days. We changed the literal days of service and their daily, not their daily, their minimum, their midpoint, and their max point rates
So-
in the structure
so
itself.
their step is included.
The step will be included here,
but
depending on
it's
where they
not
fall.
where it is.
It is already, yes.
And one of the pages, I don't know what, it doesn't have a number, but it's under clerical paraprofessional pay plan. It says 2024, 2025.
Yes, sir, I have to make that change.
So it should say 25, 26.
It should say 25. Yes, sir. Questions on the structures? Again, the only changes to salary have been the teaching salaries that will be impacted because of the teacher retention allotment. All the other salaries, the tables stay the same.
This, like, the 240s,
Yes, sir,
we dropped them down to 235s.
correct.
So they took kind of a pay decrease, kind of, right, by daily rate, but they still take their step pay. So jumping from 1 to 2 or vice versa.
Correct.
They still see
Some increase.
in their pay, right?
Yes, sir. Questions on structures or pay tables? So if not, so that I can move over to stipends.
And that pertains to everybody that we kind of, where we reduce the days, but they're still taking a step. So they do see a little bit of increase in their,
Yes, sir. Everybody that returns to work for the district gets their step, what we call a step.
Before you go into stipend, my understanding that the state is also providing a certain amount of money so that we can give the mains people, the teacher aides, and all that. Have we gotten, what is the amount of allotment that we're gonna get from them?
Yes, sir.
And so it's a,
It's here. It's farther down the presentation
Oh, okay.
unless,
Okay, because
yeah, it's.
Kinda curious to see what
Yes.
figure-
yeah, because I don't know how much they're giving us, and then I don't know if we're gonna give them 3%, 5%, or whatever.
We'll discuss that in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, stipends and extracurricular duty pay. So the format is a little bit different from last year, but almost everything else stayed the same. So what I did this year, different from last year, is that I presented to you the market median value, and we did this, all these numbers are coming from TASB. TASB conducts surveys at the end of the year to get an idea of how districts are paying off the different stipends. And so I gave that to you, not only the stipend pay, but it also included whether or not that position, we don't talk about people, but the position, whether or not it requires extra duty beyond the stipend days. So you'll see that last year, collectively as a board, dual credit was removed from the stipend, from stipend pay. I am recommending that the board reconsider and bring dual credit stipends back, simply because as we begin, as we continue to grow CCMR and continue to press on dual credit for our kids as early as freshman year, we are placing a great demand on our adjunct professors. These are our teachers that have a master's in a content area that are eligible to teach for the college. It is a duty that is not part of their contract. It is an extra duty that they are performing on behalf of the district for our kids' benefit. Obviously, we want as many kids as possible to finish as close to an associate's degree as possible, so that, the more college ready we can get them, the better we set them up for success as they exit high school. So I am recommending that the Board of Trustees consider bringing back the dual credit stipend. The region collectively does not pay dual credit. My recommendation is that we reinstate the $5,000 stipend. Of course, it's not a decision that you all are making today. Today is a budget workshop. It's just informational. It is something that I do would like for you to consider. Yes, sir.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. The last part, 5,000 for who?
$5,000 stipend for our we call them professors that teach dual credit on behalf of the college. But we get, our students get not only high school credit, but college credit
In
also.
order for a teacher to teach that, they must have a master's degree.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And those adjunct professors, what are they, I guess, clerical-wise, or how are they clerically numbered in our system? Are they regular teachers? Do they get paid more? Do they get coded? Do they get paid more than a math teacher or, an Algebra 1? They get paid the same?
In base pay,
Yes, in base pay.
they're coded as 087s teacher. That's why we are trying to reinstate the stipend, because they do not get extra compensation, and they should.
Last year, we when we were making cuts, we deleted a lot of stipends. I mean, or some of the ones that we deleted here.
Some are, and some we just carried over.
Okay, so we're gonna go back and give them a stipend this year. I mean, remember we said, well, if you're a special ed teacher, you're gonna take your stipend, and when we were making all the cuts. So we're giving them back the stipends.
So for the purpose of today's presentation, I did not include anything that is federally funded, because federal funds are there's a freeze right now, so all of these are just from local. Okay, if we have to add federal stipends in here, which there's a big no-no there, if not, right now, we're only considering local stipends. The Advanced Academics District Coordinator, TASB calls it Advanced Academics, we call it GT. This is a stipend that, again, this is an additional duty for personnel. And so we have to take that into consideration as well. The beginning teacher mentors, we kept because we are required to have a beginning teacher program. And so we are also required to compensate our mentors because it is an added duty. I included debate advisor because it's included in the.
If I may.
Yes, sir.
I'm back to the, also known as GT Teacher District Coordinator.
Yes, sir.
Is this a person who's here in the central office gonna coordinate
Yes, sir.
the whole program? So,
Not so much central office anymore because they're at campus.
so each one of the campus,
No, this is a district. This is a district court,
so where is this person gonna be located?
primarily at the campus,
Which campus?
at high school.
And and that person's gonna coordinate all the GT programs?
Yes, sir.
Across the district?
Yes, sir.
Will they also be teaching?
Yes, part of the day. Again, we're talking about duties beyond the teaching contract.
Okay.
Department heads, we've kept, the median market value is 1,500. We're proposing that we keep it the same, we have it the same. Diagnostician is one that we have here that Mrs. Mendoza could potentially stipend with state funds. We don't stipend it, but should we stipend it, the market value is 3,175.
Which one is that?
The diagnostician.
Well, SPED, I know they're getting a lot more money than we've ever received from TEA. Will theirs go into effect immediately and then we'll just,
Yes.
okay,
SPED has no interruption right now.
okay.
So-
Under SPED, I mean, and I think I discussed with you, I mean, are we looking at bringing another assistant speech pathologist? Remember I discussed it with you?
I'll let Nora address that. Are we bringing another assistant
Are
speech
you
pathologist?
recommending or?
Well, right now we have to, we were looking, when we were talking and discussing budget and stuff, that's something that I have been considering. I just need to ensure that.
I can see you now.
Oh, sorry. I just need to ensure that we'd be able to cover a salary and if, to see if there is an interest. Is there a need? There is always, we would benefit from an additional assistant. Since I would then be able to supervise assistants in January, but that's something I also have to look at our budget.
Because there's a person that was doing a contract. And she was doing half-time contract because of the number of the kids, but, she's looking into contracting with the district, that I think you all had been looking at numbers and you felt that, maybe you would need one. I know Carrizo, they have 3 assistants.
Oh, yeah, no, that's something we're still definitely looking at. I'm actually having someone from TEA, she was our, under me in the directorship, during the interim. And that's exactly what we're gonna look at tomorrow, to look at the budget, what is kind of like, we're proposing the funds that, the proposed funds we're allotted to receive. We're looking at those numbers to see if we can,
But being that you're the director, you can make that determination.
not right now, I have to look at all the numbers, because I also have to look at the increases to the salaries as well. So I have to look at the federal grants, how that impacts the teachers that get paid from the federal grants, and then I also have to look at the anticipated summary finance to look at what we're expected to get.
Because I know that some of those people that we contract, I mean,
And that's
a lot more money than we pay them here in the district.
Yes, and that's just something that we really want to try to eliminate as much contractors as possible.
They're killing us.
Yes, they really are, and that's why exactly tomorrow I do have, someone from, Region 20, it's not today, it's Region 20 is coming in, and where that's exactly what we're discussing, is how to strategically reduce contractor costs so that we can, if we need
Be
that
able to.
position, open it so we can have our own people here and we're funding our people versus contracting out. But yes, is there, yes, sir.
Okay, so,
Sorry, quick question. On
Yes,
the
sir.
extra duty pay, I'm looking here at CCISD pays and there's a lot of zeros. What is that?
we don't pay, so outside of the stipend, we don't pay extra duty. So they get their stipend and that's it. We don't call them in for extra days.
On the next, column, it says extra, market group median, and then those have like a 15, 13, what is that?
The districts that contribute to the surveys, there are some districts that do pay the stipend plus up to 15 extra days of extra duty. But you'll see that most of them don't. Most of the districts don't. District testing coordinator, this is a position that we are required to have. It's also an extra duty that a teacher has. So this is, we continue with it last year. My recommendation is that we continue with it this year as well. The next one,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes, sir.
Right now, the recommendation is that the responsibilities of a district testing coordinator be given to a teacher.
It's a teacher that has both campus and district duties, so that's the schedule is.
That's gonna be per campus,
It's from district.
so
The position oversees the entire district testing.
while also having teaching duties.
Yes.
From my experience, ma'am, from my knowledge of that, of the responsibilities of that position, it's very, very time consuming, especially when it's actual testing. I mean,
Yes.
there's a lot of, I thought that position was based out of your office here.
It used to be, but when we had to move our coaches to the campuses, everything became splits for some of these positions. So this is no longer an option for the district as far as now it's a district. Now, the majority of our coaches, all of our coaches are at the campus level. Some of the coaches don't have a full daily schedule with nothing but teaching sections. So I work with the campus principals to give me 2 and 3 periods off so that these people can help us with part of this. Not all of it, because they don't have enough time to do all of it. These teachers are putting in a lot of extra hours to help the district with these duties.
Okay, that's a question mark for me.
But it's gonna be only one district coordinator.
Only one, yes,
Not
sir.
everybody.
No, so
not
there's
one
only,
district.
there's only one district coordinator. The next one, the lead counselor for, very specifically for CCMR, is a new stipend that I would like the board to consider. Again, lead counselor specifically for CCMR. This is a position that the majority of the districts that in Region 20 stipend, and if you look at the market group median, they stipend at $3,000. Why CCMR? Because we're trying to get an A at high school, and CCMR carries at least 40% of that weight. So we're trying to make sure that we hit all of the 9 indicators in CCMR. We have to push each one of them to become an A so that we can get to an A closer.
I thought, it was my understanding that one of our high school counselors was CCMR, only dealt with
Not right now.
CCMR.
Not right now. Right now, it's a shared duty.
So all 3 counselors that we have at the high school will get are you recommended they get a?
We would have, high school would select one lead counselor, and that counselor would have their duties as assigned. These are extra duties, roles and responsibilities. And
I understand those.
for that, for CCMR oversight, then the recommendation would
Whole
be
district,
for high school, only for high school. CCMR
CCMR,
is only for high school, unless we have some classes, at junior high, but right now it's specifically high school.
That's career.
College, career, military readiness, yes.
So I saw that throughout the year, we have most of the campuses, going to visit South Texas Junior College,
Yes, sir.
otherwise went over there. Is that not part of CCM? Or they go on their own and?
No, well, that's part of just getting the kids used to 21st century learning and higher education.
But that's
But
planned
that
by
is-
the principal.
That's planned by the principals, but CCMR is actually looking at how many of our kids are going to take TSIA and how are we gonna get them ready? How many of our kids are taking ECT, SAT, and how are we getting them ready? How many of our kids are we creating the right pathways to get our, students that are in IBC pathways to get, or CTE pathways to get to level 1, to get to level 2, or to get certified or to get licensed. That counselor is overseeing all of those indicators. It's a big responsibility.
this counselor is gonna deal with all our close to 600 high school students?
Yes, sir.
What are the other counselors gonna do?
Well, I'm assuming that if they need assistance, they will. A lot of the work will be combined between the campus principal, because the campus principal at the end of the day is responsible for accountability, the lead counselor, and a lot of the work is also shared with federal programs, because federal programs oversees counselors.
My concern would be that for a counselor who's not the CCMR counselor to tell the student, one of our kids, oh, for that, you need to speak to the CCMR counselor. That might take a while, and
Well, CCMR plays a role in every student's transcript. So all of the counselors are versed in CCMR. The lead counselor would take on the responsibility of making sure that we are getting as close to that accountability component that we need to, those goals that we set specific for CCMR.
So how, for right now, what is your plan for this year at the high school in reference to what are the councils gonna be doing? Are you gonna break them up by grade levels, by alphabet? Cause you're gonna have only 3.
That's a campus decision, how Ms. Puente or Ms. Houston wants to assign her counselors at the, eventually that's, she knows best how to categorize students and how to match them with counselors.
Assuming she's gonna get direction from your office.
Yeah, right now they're doing letter assignments, so A through,
I would not like to hear that kind of situation happening where a student is bypassed because
our counselors
the CCMR
not do that.
counselor has over 500 students to deal with and has to wait until halfway down the year. Okay.
Yes, sir. We will be monitoring that. National Honor Society, this is a carryover from last year.
On that page, or-
I'm still on that page. National Honor Society for high school, we stipend at 1,500. The median market value is at 750. Obviously, the recommendation is that we consider 750, but the board can keep it at 1,500.
I'm with you.
National Junior Honor Society, this is currently a position that we don't have, but should we, or should the board approve it, the median market value is $500. But we currently don't have this.
Do we currently have National Junior Honor Society though? Like the group? Junior high, I mean, the junior high has.
Junior high, no, we don't. We only have it at high school. That's why we're saying, that's why it has a 0. We don't have it. Should we, then
100.
it would be the recommendation, or at least that's the median market value. One Act Play sponsor, we pay 1,500. The median market value is also at 1,500, so that stays, or at least the recommendation. Student Council Advisor, high school, we pay $1,000. The median market value is also at 1,000, so the recommendation is that it stays. Student Council Advisor for middle school, we pay $1,000. The median market value is at 600. Of course, which one's the lesser of the two? UIL Campus Coordinator for elementary campuses, we pay $1,000. The median market value is 750. Obviously, my recommendation is that we keep it 1,000. UIL Campus Coordinator for middle school, we pay 1,000. Market value is at 1,000. My recommendation is that we stay the same. For high school, UIL Campus Coordinator, we pay 2,000. The median market value is at 1,275. My recommendation is that we stay at 2. For UIL, to be a subject area coach for elementary, we pay 750. The median market value is at 250. Obviously, my recommendation is that we stay the same. UIL subject area coach for middle school, we pay 750. Market value is at 400. My recommendation is that we stay at 750. UIL subject area coach for high school, recommendation is we pay 1,000. Market value is at 500. My recommendation is that we stay the same. These are all stipends that you all approved last year. So they carry over.
We approved them, but when we had the cuts, we didn't take away some of this.
Not these. These are the carryovers.
No.
Yes, these are the ones that you kept.
That we kept.
Yes, sir. And then the last one, yearbook advisor.
We won't be adjusting these?
No, sir.
This is it?
Well, I mean, this is what I'm presenting, and of course, we can have a discussion on that. Yearbook advisor, we pay 1,500, market pays 1,500, so we recommend that it stay the same. So these are the academic stipends. On the next table, you have the athletic stipend paid. Last year, if you recall, none of the athletic stipends were adjusted. And so what you see here on this table is the carryover of that. So I did not make any adjustment or am recommending any cuts to the stipends either.
If I may,
I think,
That's the only new one,
which one?
the Special Olympic coach.
Well, I seem to remember that we had an extensive discussion on the stipend for the athletic director and what we call the head band director, that they should not get a stipend for that because when they get hired, aren't they hired as administrators? And that's their job to run, for example, the athletic director, his job is to oversee and run all the sports programs. So I thought we had agreed that that one there comes out of their salary and we eliminate this. Now, if, for example, the athletic director picks himself to be the head football coach, then we go down to whatever it is, $5,000, well, okay, 5,000. I thought we had agreed on that, and I see it there again.
No, sir, it was a discussion, but it was not voted on.
We kept it the same thing.
You kept it the same, for
Because
both
we-
the athletic director and for the band director. Gabriel has a question.
Well,
Go ahead.
I think I'm on, basketball, I see 3 coaches. So nomás I've had 3 coaches, no matter how many kids.
No, these are just positions, so it depends on the number of kids that enroll and how many supporting coaches.
But at the same time, if there's less kids, you don't need as many coaches.
Correct, so we go by
So
enroll.
they're aware of that.
They will be once we present to you first, and then we meet with Desmond.
Yeah, because last year I saw like 5 coaches and just a JV kid, so.
And so Mr. Alvarado helps us with athletics, so obviously this is not for approval today, but once it gets approved, whatever adjustments need to be made, then we will be looking at numbers by sport to look at how many coaches.
It depends
are
if
necessary.
you don't, yeah.
Right, every season is different and every year is different.
So we're gonna put him to coach something?
I'm waiting.
And last year you had, you had a coach for every football player?
on the budget you're gonna present us, we would have the money to pay for, if we were to keep all these stipends the way they are, we would have the money
Yes,
to cover them without having to shortchange any other program or anything like that in our.
again, you all did not, last year you all did not make any changes to these, so they carried over.
Yes, ma'am.
We were able to,
We adopted the budget before we found out about our exigency.
right,
But now we know, and we need to pay more attention to it.
Well, one thing that I saw this summer, during the summer, I mean, they have what's called, conditioning, and what do you call it?
Strength and conditioning?
Strength and conditioning.
Somewhere.
But we didn't put any money for that, so nobody went except Desmond and Josue,
correct.
and they did it free. In the past, I mean, everybody would go because they were getting paid. I don't know, I mean, we can put for 2 people or something, because I mean, they open the gym, they're there, kids are there weightlifting, and none of the other people that coach, I mean, they said, we're not getting paid, and so these individuals.
That's part of the stipend, isn't it? I mean,
Well,
that's included, as-
The strength and conditioning was a stipend that
was an additional?
removed,
Yeah, but it's
so
also,
they did it for free this year.
But-
They did it on their own.
it's part of the stipend for everybody, but nobody went, because they say,
Sometimes they do pay extra, Sivan in the summer.
So that
we
is,
can pay maybe $500 or something for them to go open, have 2 people,
what I've asked Mr. Alvarado to do is that for each
or Alvarado can do it.
for each stipend, regardless of whether they're academic or athletic or performing arts, for every stipend, we need to have duties and responsibilities, and so that's where we can add it there. And that's something that Mr. Alvarado will be working on once the compensation plan is approved. But now, this is the opportunity for you all to look at these dollar amounts and say, let's reduce this one. That's why I gave you the market value, so that you could see what other districts across the region pay and how we compare to that market value.
We just have to keep in mind, and I believe our coaches, academic ones too, they're from here. There was a time when a head coach only got paid maybe $1,000, and assistant coaches got paid $300 or $400, and the amounts got higher, not because, it was more cost, but because the district had the funds for it. And there was a lot of negotiations going on. But at this point right now, we do still need to watch our pennies.
Correct.
And our teachers that want to go into stipend areas need to keep that in mind. So,
Do you know the total cost, what the stipends would be to the district right now?
Mr. Alvarado?
Right now, we wouldn't because like, Mr. Espinosa said, it depends on how many coaches.
But what we paid in May? Paid in May?
About 68,000.
68 in May, and then 68 in December. So,
It was close to like 160, but we remember that the May was a little bit
Yeah.
different because in December you all cut certain amounts. So in the first half, it was actually close to, I believe, 80,000 in stipends, and then we cut the positions, and then in May, we paid out the other half, which was close to 60.
so a ballpark number would be about 140.
150.
30.
Really what was hurting us was the uncertified coaches, I mean, because there was a lot of overtime. I mean, I think we totaled $250,000 just on paying them. But I don't know, I mean, if we're gonna need,
We will not have para coaches this year.
what if they volunteer?
We have an issue with volunteering in that insurance and liability kicks in.
My understanding from Juan Cruz is that they can volunteer, they're school employees.
They have to sign.
They can ride on the
yeah.
bus, they're fingerprinted, and there's no problem if they wanna volunteer. Check it out with them.
Yeah.
That's what he told me.
It's in the standard book of manuals as well.
Liability against the district, so like if they get
Yeah,
hurt on the
but he
bus or
said,
something like
as long
that.
as they something, they wanna volunteer, and if they wanna volunteer, you can give them $100 stipend every month. Okay,
We'll follow up.
just check with them, because I checked with him, and he said, if they wanna volunteer and help, and
Miss, what about permanent subs? How are they considered, can they coach and receive a stipend?
So right now, the conversation that I've had with the district in the past is if they're still trying to get certified, they do not coach until they are fully certified, because we need their attention to be on becoming certified.
Even if they're considered a permanent sub and
Yes.
a teacher?
If they're the teacher of record and are not fully certified, it applies. So again, I did not make any changes. Again, this is an introduction to the compensation packet. We're going to meet again and we can start looking at where we need to reduce. Obviously, we do need to keep in mind that we're not out of debt, we're not. And we have to be very financially prudent. If we are to keep these stipends, do we keep them at the same rate, or do we need to start making adjustments to these?
And Ms. Briones,
Yes, ma'am.
this is a lot of money, and our revenues here, because we're not getting our taxes, that's going to the bank, we're not getting federal dollars. So all we're getting in is our state allotment and ADA. So I just don't know how we can sustain all that.
no, Peggy, remember, last year, we have to make very difficult cuts, and that money is gonna be a savings. We're almost done with paying the football field, right?
The work that has been done, yes, we will
Okay.
pay off in September.
So, I mean, just with the cuts that we made and all that, I mean, I'm not saying, I mean, we can go out and spend everything, but that, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of extra money, it's gonna be coming that we can start putting in the fund balance, I mean, to build at least 3 million or
I
something.
mean,
Just-
it's
just-
not that much money. I mean, we still owe 2.7 on the debt service. We haven't touched that, and it just, I don't know.
But we are going to begin paying into it in September. We just need to get over this August hump so that we can start making payments into debt service. Now, the other thing that you all need to keep in mind is that the teacher retention allotment is going to absorb a lot of our monies up front. So, I know we don't pay stipends until December and until May, but we have to be conscientious of that, is that these increases are significant, and they are going to put a dent into payroll. Yes, sir.
I heard your statement, ma'am. So no longer will some stipends be included in their pay, in their salaries.
Correct.
So it's all gonna be everybody.
No, actually, well,
You have to,
I would, because of the financial, because we're still under financial exigency, I would recommend to the board that we don't pay them monthly or by payroll, that we wait until May and until December and May. Is that an allowable, Robert?
Yes, I mean, we can do it with the academic, it's just the athletics.
No, the athletics, because
Yeah, we can.
that takes most of our, it can be paid in May, in December and in May?
'cause I know that was an issue we had last year.
Yes, I would.
Some of our professionals had the stipends built into their contract.
Right.
So we need to,
Martinez?
So with the teacher retention allowance you have here, it's gonna cost $724,000. Where's that money coming from out of our budget? As far, I mean, you know, we're not getting that money from the state until March 2026, maybe longer, depending what the state does. Where are we allocating that money from?
So our primary revenue as early as September is going to be the basic allotment and the additions that the state has made to basic allotment. So that's the primary, that's the first contribution. Then the rest of it comes in through the collection of property taxes and what is deposited into the district.
The collection of property taxes is already 1.25 million less or 1.47 million less than what we're gonna get. Because we have to pay that back to for the loan.
That is something the
So-
board has to keep in mind, yes, sir.
That leaves us about $700,000 short, you know, when you take the money out of here.
I think,
So-
the collections for Texas, they start in October and May. And by that time, we get a check of about $10 million, right?
And no, sir, not in October.
Or by January, because that's when,
In January, we see the biggest, or actually this, we saw it in March, right? The biggest contribution. Four-ish, Raul, we saw about four is the most that we've received at once. So no, the contributions come in smaller parcels.
I don't know, I remember because I was signing their checks, I mean, some of the board president there, and there was a big chunk of money coming
Not,
around January, because after January, you start paying penalty. And a lot of people go and try to pay as much as possible to avoid getting penalty on the tax. That's something that we can look at.
and then we have to consider, if I may, if, in case that there's a settlement issue.
Yes, sir.
I mean, let's hope there isn't one, that our information was proper and correct to the point. So we wouldn't have to deal with that issue because, the state's not gonna let us know. They're just gonna keep the money.
Oh, settle up.
Yeah, that's settled up.
Up issue. I've checked the ledgers, and as of today, there is no notice that there is a settle up being proposed. Am I correct, business team? No settle up as of, and so typically by now, we would already see it in the ledger that there is some kind of adjustment going to be made.
Ledger, you mean is one that's posted by TA?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think we're due like
As of-
point something, right?
I'm sorry?
We're due like 1 something million in August or something like that. That's when the next payment is from the,
Less than a million, but it's already earmarked for payroll. Everything that's coming in August is already obligated for payroll.
The majority of our teachers are 5-year plus, right? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ready to move on to performing arts? Performing arts, we have band, cheer, and dance. So for, again, nothing has changed for band. We're still, we pay 8,000. Market median is 10,875. Obviously, we're proposing to maintain. If not, if you all want to reduce, we can consider that at our next meeting. Assistant band director, we pay 7,000, market pays 7. Cheer sponsor, we pay 4,000, market pays 5,250. cheer sponsor for middle school, we pay $17.50, market pays $17.50. Color guard for high school, we pay $2,000, market pays $2,000. We don't offer drama, but market pays $42.50. Pep squad, we pay $15, market pays $12.50. For drill or for the dance team, we pay $4,000, market pays $56.75. And we don't have an assistant director for dance unless we do, and I'm not aware, but market pays $3,000. So the stipends that we offer are the ones that are highlighted in, or bold in green, and we are very much compatible with the market value. So that is, those are the performing arts. And then the last category of stipends that we have are the school safety stipends. Again, these have remained the same from last year. We have masters, advanced, intermediate, and basic. The dollar amounts have not changed, and so they carry over from last year.
We're supposed to be getting, I don't know how much, but we're supposed to be getting added money for security too, right?
Correct. Yes,
Safety
ma'am.
and security.
Yes.
Miss, I see the stipend for the band directors. You have the middle school assistant director at 7,000. We don't have a high school assistant band director.
Well, it's the way that the survey was answered. So when we answered under this category, so that's why it's registering like that. But they should be, high school should have an assistant,
Which would be the middle school head?
one of them. Because last year, the two assistants were in middle school.
I was concerned about that because I know that the head band director usually assigns at least one of his band directors to the middle school. And that's basically the one who will be in charge of the junior high band. Is that why there's no middle school director, but there is one for assistant director?
Yes. It's the same position. It's just when we answered under a different category when we submitted our survey. Okay. Next, then we move into incentives and performance pay. And so the first section that we look at is summer school and supplemental pay. So for summer school, I've only made 3 adjustments. And that is, the first adjustment is made to the paraprofessional pay. And I know that we did have some concerns from summer school this year that some positions were getting paid more and having to do more. So we've done some adjustments. Paraprofessional pay is $30 an hour. School counselors, $55 an hour, and summer clerks, $35 an hour. Those are the 3 changes that we're making to the scale. Otherwise, the scale stays the same as last year.
Ron, is like
Yes, sir.
on the summer school, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that, I mean, we didn't have that many students attending. That's why I asked for the report
Yes.
for next week. But then that, we had a lot of teachers that had 3 students only, or.
So I'll let
I mean,
Matthew
we'll
address that.
Address it next week.
You'll give us a count and,
That's why I asked, I mean, number of, how many total, because I mean, we might need to tell the teacher, okay, gonna be on standby, if we need you, we'll call you or not. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but give us the report, next week.
It's already it's on the report for next week.
okay. So, but when we did our preliminary planning for summer school, because this has been an issue, it was an issue last year, that we enroll a good number of kids in summer school, but then they taper off as the days go by. And we do end up with classrooms that have 3-5 students. So the conversation that we had with Mr. Moreno when he was picked up as summer school coordinator is, as students stop coming to summer school and teachers have less than 10 students, we need to, well, yes, we need to distribute the kids and close, right.
As long as it's understood by the teacher, there might be.
Correct. Is that something that when you did the summer school training, was that, it was, okay.
Yeah,
So
and we
have you
give
did
them
it-
a minimum number and they know that they have to
Maintain it.
maintain that minimum number.
If they don't have that, I mean, then stop coming.
Other than that, other than those 3 changes, nothing else changes for summer school. At the
3 changes last time.
paraprofessionals, $30. school counselors, $55, and summer school clerks, $35.
You said summer school clerks?
Yes, ma'am. And then at the bottom of the page, this is already a standing administrative guideline, but we did not have it in the compensation manual. All teacher summer supplemental pay is paid at $25 an hour. This is not summer school. This is if we call them in for a PD or a training or something like that. It's paid at $25 an hour. On the next page, these are all the other compensation information. The first section is everything related to gaming, to student events. Nothing has changed here. The substitute teacher pay rates, nothing has changed there. Auxiliary for temporary and hourly, nothing has changed there. Gabriel, is this where you had a question?
That was the part-time bus drivers. Are they getting 15?
Mr. Alvarado, part-time bus drivers, are they getting paid $15?
Yes.
It was 12 last.
That was 12, but we, proposing 15 right now.
Monday?
They're proposing 15,
Last year was what, 12?
12.50.
That's what a lot of people did. So 15,
15.
you're proposing 15, we thought it would be 15. A lot of my friends wanted to know.
Missing the supplemental duty under school bus driver sponsor coaching, $125 per trip. Right now, do we require coaches to hold their CDL to transport their, we
Yes, sir.
require all coaches?
Oh, not all coaches. But should we need a coach to drive, it has to be somebody with a CDL. But we've thought about it, it's just very costly.
To
Yes.
require them to get all the CDL?
Get CDL so that they can drive their own students. Because
Not all.
we have an issue with keeping bus drivers.
Yes.
And so,
And I believe, I think, oh, sorry.
It would be hard for the coaches, because there's been some incidents where the coach was going to sleep coming from Corpus and they went and.
Or the
Yeah.
discipline, I mean,
Or,
the
yeah.
kids, now they're driving and the kids are.
I know other districts do it, right? And I believe last year there was some issues sometime with not having bus drivers to send band or send certain things. So maybe that would help in the sense. And I think that, there's something through Middle Rio or something through the city for people to get their CDLs.
when Irene was the maintenance director, we tried. When we were able to secure some seats through Del Rio, but candidates who want to commit, it was a 2-week program, right?
It was a 2-week program.
2-week program to get their CDL, and the commitment of the 2 weeks is the issue.
They didn't want to do it during December.
Yeah.
But did you do it?
Huh?
Did you get your CDL?
Me? No.
She'll drive only the Honda and back.
I have a teacher at home that can teach me.
Okay, interventionist, on the next page, again, nothing has changed.
Have we been hiring interventionists?
We only have one. We only have one we have one interventionist. Degreed, so.
Agreed.
Yes, degreed. For professional administration and administrative support assignments, everything is contingent upon board approval. And so this is the compensation table. We're not doing benefits. Robert Mirna will do benefits the next time that we meet. We'll look at the HBA and all of that. For now, this is the compensation plan. It is up for discussion. But if Mr. Espinosa, if we can move forward so that I can address the questions that we have on
No, Mas,
the other.
I have a question on,
Yes, sir.
it's on the special ed, on the position that Nora had before, now that she's a director. We have speech pathology. Are we gonna hire somebody in what you were doing? Monday?
I was gonna still do a dual.
A dual? A lot. Being director and having to go,
I did it last year. I'm like, well, I did it last
they're gonna do it, thank you.
I mean, I think the question is, do we have candidates that apply for that?
Well, no, Sarah, I
position?
mean,
But that makes-
what I'm
we
saying,
have
because, I mean,
candidates.
she's gonna be the director, I mean, she's gonna have to, I mean, but then, I mean, she was also doing, when you were at the school, speech pathology, I mean, your plate was full.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you're the director, I mean, you got to plates
It's
are
older.
full, I mean,
It's
so,
Smaller.
what I'm saying, I mean,
But also too, like, when you look at the area that we have, there's not a lot of sweet pathologists in the area, and the ones I do know, they're already working at different entities. So, and that's a way to help the district by.
well, I just wanna make sure, that we're in compliance, because I mean, 2 years ago, TA came and they found that we were not in compliance in a lot of areas,
And we were able to get out of it, we fixed it.
which is good, but I'm hoping it doesn't happen again, because you're gonna be doing like those jobs.
Do we have the position open?
No, Alicia, for that, for the main consulting service that we have, do they provide that service? They could provide that service?
They could provide this now.
But you can look into it,
So that's where it's, if I do need assistance in like assessments, because that's really what it would be. So like if we are able to open, for the budgets, I'm able to have that additional assistance position. They're doing the treatment where all I would do is come in and do the testing just.
Yeah, and I'm just saying it because when you're a director,
Your plate is full.
play this, and then if you're gonna be doing arts or doing this or testing or whatever, the special ed program might drop because, we won't,
You're gonna
have enough, so maybe look at if we can get, if you think you need it,
Yeah, and that's where we're still like the contractors that we've been working with, they're all submitting, their contracts. Yeah, they've been submitting them slowly, but we're all sitting down to look at them and seeing what they can offer, and that's the thing. If I feel the need, like, okay, the main one that we contract with, that gives us like OTP, LSPs, they're always ready to step in if we need to, like, okay, I have too many jobs, I do need support, and always been ready and willing to help. Ms. Reina, the one that one of the contractors with us, she's also a speech pathologist, so she's jumped in whenever I needed assistance, so, that's our goal. Our goal is to get out of the non-compliance and to get it, so that's also my main objective, is not to fall under non-compliance again, so if I ever feel that need of, I do need assistance, I will be, asking for it, because I don't want to put the district in a position. At the same time, I do want to also save the district fund as well. So, and I know I can do that by continuing this dual role.
Would it be more costly, not Alicia, if we hired somebody versus contracted services? And the likelihood that we'll be able to fill the position?
it's hard because, those people, when you're fully certified, like what is paying their people $80,000-$90,000. The hospital, $100,000 for what you certify in. So look, you're not gonna go to school district and say,
Yeah.
give me
40,000,
40,000,
yeah.
no, give me.
And that's the thing too, so
It's a hot commodity.
it's our location, it's how much we be able to cover in a salary. And you said it just right, for example, we get around the districts, it's some are on the higher end, some are on the lower end. Even if you go with our competitors are like home health as well. Home health, we cannot compare to that salary either, so it's
Hard to get
it's hard to find
somebody, if you're gonna give them $50,000 a month.
How much do we currently pay in contracted services?
Altogether for special ed?
Well, for that position that we're discussing.
No, we haven't, because she's been doing it.
She was doing it, now she's gonna be the director, so what I'm asking is, can you do both? And if not, at least get somebody
We'll look
part-time.
at, average costs through contract. Juan, can you go back to the presentation, please? Here, perfect, here's where we're at. So the next, so any other questions on the presentation packet? Again, the only changes that we've made are the required changes by legislation to the teacher retention allotment. This is the second allotment that the board and the district will have to consider. It's the support staff teacher allotment. We did not receive a significant amount of money for this allotment. The dollar amount for this allotment is $65,496, and this is as of May 29th. Again, I'm going to repeat that number. For this allotment, for the support staff teacher allotment, the district is scheduled to receive, again, as of May 29th, $65,496.
And that's based off of the $45 ADA?
Correct. Yes, sir. So what the district has to decide is how it is going to best utilize these 65,000. This dollar amount can change because they're making changes to summary of finance. And I'll be able to give you a revised number, hopefully by Monday or Tuesday of next week. So this money can be used to increase the salaries of any of these positions. Teachers that are not eligible to.
We have that.
I'm sorry?
We got it.
Is this being shared on the meeting or on the live YouTube?
Juan, are you sharing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? I'm sorry, let me pull up my page. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back. The dollar amount that I gave you can be used to increase the salaries of non-administrative staff. The allotment defines administrative support to include teachers that are not eligible for the teacher retention allotment can benefit from this dollar amount. Counselors, librarians, nurses, teachers' assistants, custodial staff, food service staff, bus drivers, administrative assistant, and other support staff. So these are the primary positions that we can consider when we consider the increase of salaries. We did sit through a Mo Casey conference today, and the recommendation, because a dollar amount is what it is. It's not going to change drastically. The recommendation is that districts take a look at these positions and look at where we're either having shortages or where we have some, whether we're having issues with recruiting, and put the money there. So for example, bus drivers, we know that we are struggling for bus drivers. And we hire bus drivers, we use bus drivers. And so because that is a shortage area for the district, the board can consider taking this dollar amount, the 65,000, and looking at bus drivers, giving them an increase, and then using, and of course, we're gonna advertise and try and recruit bus drivers. That's an example, though. Yes, Sam?
Is that where you're getting the $15 recommendation for the bus drivers because of this allotment?
No, that was just part of the.
That would eat more.
Packet, yes. So that is an example. So if we're having an issue, for example, with recruiting nurses, and we want to make the salary competitive, we take this money and adjust that table, that pay structure, and make it competitive. So the intention is not to take the dollar amount and divide it amongst all of the people that qualify under these categories, because then you're not going to make a significant impact in base pay. And the purpose of these allotments is to increase base salary.
What's the total number of individuals that fall under those?
I'm like, off the top of my head, I wouldn't be able to give you the number. The teacher's not eligible for the retention. We're looking at about fewer than 5. Counselors, we have 6. Librarians, we have 5. Nurses, we have 5. Teachers' assistants, Robert would have to give you that number. Custodial staff, Robert. Food service staff, I believe we have 14. Bus drivers.
Librarians, 5.
We have
Are
5.
certified, or
Librarians, we have 1 certified and 4 aides. Nurses, all 4 LVNs, 1 RN. Bus drivers, I would not be able to give you the number, but it's a very small number. Administrative assistants, we have 5, and then of course the other support staff. So we would take a look at where is the district hurting the most in terms of retention, and you throw the money in there and increase that base pay. Again, the intention is not to take that dollar amount and spread it so thin that it does not have the impact on base pay that it was supposed to have.
Well, you're probably correct, but I want to share this. Well, number one, I would not want to share this money with teachers, counselors, and certified librarians. I believe, I don't know, at the moment, I can't remember what What was the amount of money that we saved when we did the 2.5% cut on the para?
70,000, 68, 70,000, yeah.
That basically close to that amount, and then, of course, that would put them back on track to be earning what the number would be earning. So maybe it might be a good idea to just spread it across all these paras that suffered the cut in their pay. I'm pretty sure it was a problem for them financially.
Are all of these counselors, librarians, nurses, those fall under 205s, what number do they?
Beyond 187, yes.
Beyond 187,
Yes, sir.
right, so they're taking a hit with the amount of days that we dropped,
Yes.
right? So they're taking a pay cut.
Well, we only have one, fully certified counselor in high school. The other ones were, para, librarians. I mean, counselor, no, we have what?
Librarian.
Three.
How about the librarian? We
Yeah.
have one certified, the other ones are,
But the librarian has a 187.
so that's the way I look at it, because it'd be an opportunity for us to
Restore the 2.5.
restore,
Distribute it amongst evenly amongst
So
everybody.
you think this figure might go up by the time we meet again?
We're hoping.
I had heard that it was gonna go up
I was
to,
thinking
I
it was-
mean, $300,000.
I thought it'd be more than that.
No?
the amount was.
I know, that's the
It
decision.
made it seem like it was gonna.
They made it seem like it's a lot of money, but it's really not.
At least not for our district, because we
Not for our district.
only have 1,200 kids with their.
But we do get to pay off the
Yeah.
greatest amount.
Well, I agree with Mr. O'Neill, because we took about $2.50 from their,
Where was
The 2.5%.
that, 2.5%?
Some of these teachers, some of.
I
these-
do as well.
Here.
That's a good idea.
Some of these individuals on this list, we also took money from them by lowering their amount of days.
Correct.
So they dropped.
Teacher?
I'm not talking teacher, but
Oh,
those,
okay, all right. So-
any individual above 187, we dropped them 5-6 days. So that's a drop in $1,000, $2,000 for some.
yeah, but
You're
So, I
right,
mean-
but comparatively speaking, I mean, except the laws it's more drastic at the lower level than at the higher end, in terms of financial impact.
I would agree with you, Mr. O'Neill. I mean, we took, and those are the people that make less money and everything. Yeah, we took
And we
from
have worked-
everybody, but some of the people
And-
that we took from were administrators and this and that.
And we have worked very hard as a board to raise
Yeah, and we took
Correct.
away.
pay for
So-
those employees.
I like that, I mean, that,
For some of these individuals that we dropped at 2.5%, I don't even think it might have hit $1,000 total.
well, but it's still something.
I mean, it wouldn't have reduced their pay by $1,000 total just by what they got paid.
Per.
Some of these,
But it's relative to their base pay, so it's.
yeah, I understand,
It's
but
But I'm
relative.
trying to say,
some of these individuals that we dropped to 206,000 or 206 days down to 205 or whatever they were, they're losing a significant amount of money. I mean, $2,000-3,000. I mean, some of them, right?
Yeah, but they're still making a lot of more money than.
But it's not about what you're making. I mean, it's just,
It's about-
I understand it's
Trying to
relative.
be fair with everybody, especially the people that are.
I guess,
yes, sir, you're correct, sir, but we have to look at the real world impact.
Because I remember, Mr. O'Neill, when you came into the board, one of the things that you fought for was for the maintenance people, cafeteria people, the people that were making $9 an hour and everything, and we upped it and we upped it.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Problems, we hit them, and
Yeah, so.
right now I think would be the perfect time to help them get there.
Not only that, but everybody will be happy. You don't give them to some and not to others. That's a perfect idea.
But it's up to,
To all of us.
Well, for next board meeting, we'll bring you what it would look like if we just did the 2.5.
Maybe we can do it before we meet to finalize this and adopt the budget.
I think we need to have another meeting, I mean,
Yes.
probably early August, I mean, or something.
So where we can get like, their salary, not the names or nothing, no information, just salary on these?
So how much
Yes,
it would be,
Robert,
get an increase?
salaries for these positions, no names, just salaries.
I don't know
Just
if
to
you
see
can,
what the impact is.
without names, I guess, not right now.
No, no, not right now, but yes.
I mean, a lot of these,
I got it on my head.
Miss, a lot of these individuals are still hourly paid, right?
Some of them, yes,
Minus the counselors, librarians, nurses, and teachers.
correct,
Everybody else is hourly paid.
yes.
So if we wanted to approve 10 hours overtime or something to make up that 2%, you can still make that, right?
Overtime?
Yeah, overtime or something to kind of help them out. I mean,
We're still not allowing overtime. We're still not allowing
Kill
overtime
us
pay,
from the long
yes.
run. Right now, I mean.
But we'll bring you the
it's
figures,
something that-
we'll bring you the figures.
I mean, if you have another, also bring in when we meet, I mean, we'll
well,
discuss.
I mean,
it.
my only thing is that the teachers, counselors, librarians, nurses, then they're not going to see an increase in any of their pay. And they're basically the ones that are taking a larger cut. I know they get paid more.
Yeah, but it's
I
only,
understand
first year and second year teachers, sir. Those are the ones that are included in this bunch, because everybody else from 3 years experience and up, they got either what, 4,000, they all got 8,000. So it's only the first year and second year teachers.
And zero.
And so we also have to consider the intentionality of the statute. It wasn't intended to cover all
No,
employees.
I understand.
It's specific to certain positions, so.
No, I understand, but I mean, just give you my, you know.
So we'll give you what it would look like for all of these positions. If you will, can you just back up one slide, please? So we worked with the business department today, and this is the impact that the teacher retention allotment only, not the support staff allotment, would have on the district right now. Annual salaries are, and this is what we proposed to you when we had the June budget workshop. Our payroll at that time was 14,486,324. That is what we presented to you all during budget workshop. With the impact of the TRA, or the teacher retention allotment, we're looking at a potential increase of 724,000 for a possible total of $15,210,324. And that's only HB2. That is not taking into consideration the other allotment that we
Is
discussed.
that an increase from 24, 25?
I believe we're still in a deficit. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but I would have to go back and check with the business department whether we are beginning still at a deficit. I believe we started last year, 24, 25, at 16 million in payroll. I think we're still under. But we'll have to, I mean, I don't want to say that's.
Well, at the end of the year, 2020, 24, 25, what were we?
At the end of the year, it's different because we had so many people that were leaving and we have to pay off contracts. And so we really, the 14 million is probably the best picture of what payroll is at the end of this fiscal year, which ends August 31st.
So it's an increase of 724, yet
Correct.
our revenue from taxes is 1.5 less.
And so the hope is there that come March, we see the reimbursement, and so we recover what we front load.
Now, if we don't receive that March 26, I mean, can the budget sustain
It'll be tight.
entire year?
It'll be very tight. Yes, sir.
And that money will come from, where will that money come from?
Again, it still comes from local and it's from state.
Well, I'm understand it comes from that, but I'm gonna limit groups from going certain,
Yes, oh, yeah, all of our restrictions are still. in
all those
place.
restrictions.
How far they travel, how many tournaments they travel to, no extra duty pay, no all of those restrictions will carry over. So it's to curb as much as we can so that we can afford what is required by law. Okay, Juan, the last thing on your packet is federal grants. Ms. Garcia will come before you. Again, this is a topic that we did discuss, and I know, Peggy, you were interested in this. Well, we had a webinar today. We were expecting to hear something different than what we've been hearing in the news and through TEA newsletters, and we did not hear anything different today. As you all know, way back in June, on June 30th, 2025, we received notice that the federal government was going to put the title grants on hold, on a freeze. And they're primarily looking at and reviewing Title I, Part C, which is migrant education, Title II, Part A, supporting effective instruction, Title III, Part A, English language acquisition, Title IV, Part A, student support and academic enrichment, Title IV, Part B, the 21st Century Community Learning Centers grant. Right now, we know that Title I is not being impacted. However, we have not received, we have not been awarded funds, or we have not received a NOGA yet, which is a notice of grant approval. Under Title I, Part A, we do have about 14 positions. Title II, Part A, we have 1 teacher. Title IV, Part A, we have 1 nurse. We had come up with several ideas as far as plan of action, and based on today's meeting, those ideas were pretty much nixed because they were pretty much the same ideas that other districts had. We were advised not to take those routes. So right now, our plan of action is to possibly move 2 positions, the 2 positions in Title II, Part A, and Title IV, Part A, into local or state programs. And that's where we currently stand. We're hoping we will hear something soon, but right now there has been no change as to any news.
What is the cost effect of not receiving these funds?
It's about 1.6 million. Excluding Title I. Excluding Title I, it's about maybe 300,000.
Do you think he might, your cuts might be affected? Because right now he's firing people
Mine?
on the federal, on government.
I don't know.
Oh, there he is, and
Our CAPE program comes from the state,
Or what?
CAPE.
We've been funded. CTE has been funded. Perkins, we've been awarded, yes. It's a special ed.
It's the federal, it's the migrant and the Title I.
Yeah, those are the ones that are being
Federal.
impacted, yes. It's only the title grants, which is a Title II and Title IV that we have in our district. However, those are tied to Title I. And because those are tied to Title I is on hold.
So how many paras will be impacted by this?
How many paras?
Paras.
Only 1, our nurse, our LVN.
No instructional?
1 teacher in Title II. And then we have several positions in Title I. Those are not, we're being told those are not being affected, or that funding is not being affected, but that funding has not been released.
Today, we have been told that funding is not being affected, but the release is still in process.
And migrant.
It's being affected.
So you mentioned the 1.6 million first and then 300,000, not including Title I,
1.6 is the total.
total federal funds?
So if we hear that Title I, Part A is going to be impacted, then I know that you've asked me, are we planning any more cuts? And the answer is still no. We've right-sized every campus, we've right-sized the district. However, that was local and state, and this is now we're talking federal. So if we don't hear relatively soon that Title I is not going to be impacted, we may have to come before the board for additional federal cuts. Because the local budget is already absorbing a whole lot with all these allotments. And we've talked about this, we cannot absorb federal employees.
we are a Title I district.
District-wide, yes, sir.
That one of the benefits of that is that all our kids get basically free breakfast and free lunch.
Yes, sir.
So that might change if that reduction is made
Right now, there is no change to the breakfast and lunch programs, no change. This is purely being at the federal level,
What about,
That's federal, isn't it?
but not for lunches. Lunches are right now, I know that it was in the news earlier in the year, but right now, that's not a discussion right now.
what about from the state or federal? I heard that no more, summer lunch cafeteria.
That is a possibility for next year, but not right now.
It's been discussed
Lunches are not
that-
being,
Okay, we're okay for right now.
I guess, going back to the nutritional thing, I believe at one of the board meetings, we were told that, or one of the budget workshops, we were told that our nutritional partner wasn't gonna work with us anymore. Have we corrected that, or?
but our fabulous Anna is taking that. Do you want to come up and let the board, give the board an update? Anna has taken on the challenge of creating a local program, and she's ready to go.
All right.
So the enchiladas are coming back and
All the good food?
Hello. Good evening. Yes, SFE actually pulled out their contract. So we will be going self-operation for 25-26 school year. It's been, it's been a roller coaster since, June. I've been with meetings with, Texas 20 Co-op, and we have Labatt for our food distribution. We have Gulf Coast for our supplies and paper goods. And we have Oak Farms, for our milk. So,
You have the menu ready.
I have the menu ready, so we're good to go. We have commodities, yes, for the first 3 weeks.
the money that they give us for that, it's gonna stay the same department. Who gives us what department of,
The US,
The USDA will be,
that or anything?
Marissa?
it's per student, so for breakfast, we get
Yeah, but
$2.
don't hear of any cuts right now.
Yeah, so we get breakfast and lunch program.
Does the expense of having our own program exceed from having contracted with our other group? What's the cost?
Right now, I don't have any numbers or anything right now. I'm still working with orders and everything, so everything's new. We have to start from the bottom, and it's just taking it, this year it's gonna be a little bit low, not too many entrees and all of that this year, because we need to build that up. So,
But just based on how we were being billed.
Oh, yeah.
Billing went against the contract, we know that we're going to have savings.
That's fine, Danny, but we just gotta make sure we let our community know, especially the parents. If we are gonna cut down on the options, and, that's understandable, I mean, sometimes, it used to be that whatever they put it up on front of you, that's what you were gonna eat. Okay, maybe some of the things to come back. But we need to educate our community about that, possibly those things happening.
But we'll still.
A little while,
Two minutes.
a little while anyway.
Right? An option.
elementary will be.
He said he's cutting it.
Okay.
One entree.
No.
Of course, we
He's
will
gonna
have
leave it.
accommodations for special diets. And then for high school and junior high will be two different entrees, a cold and a hot.
Sonia, but sometimes, it's, we have to educate the parents, most of the kids want gold.
No, we gotta tell them, no, we have to tell them, we can't be messing around at that point.
Or,
Otherwise, it's gonna be
You gotta
a
eat
long
your
list
breakfast.
of parents making comments.
Yes.
Left and right.
but the kids go home, I didn't like what they gave me.
Oh, no, except from that, that's, talking about ones where, my child didn't eat,
Oh, yeah.
their plate,
Should not be an issue.
those kind of things,
Yeah, there's gonna be new items in the menu, so I'm bringing back the square pizza and new items. So hopefully, everything goes good.
Nugget Wednesday.
So,
But back to the original question, we have not heard that the nutritional program is going to be reduced at all.
No.
So
And of course, we just have to be mindful of the cost and everything too, right? I don't know.
we will, as soon as
How much-
we start operating on our own, we'll keep you all.
I don't know what the difference was when we decided to go with the contract, if it was required or how it was before. I thought we had our own, when I was in school, I thought they had their own
I believe there was a time when we did, we were, Robert would probably.
It had to be, had like,
Probably know that.
it had to have been like a cost savings or something associated.
Were we
That was a long,
our own lunch program sometime back? Yeah.
Still, no snack bar?
No, but they can purchase extra entree. So that will be available to the student. If they want an extra burger or pizza, they can purchase that. Yeah, and then we'll have snacks, and there's gonna be new snacks coming in. So, yes,
And what's the reason for no snack bar? Is it just nutritional?
it's a regulation.
The nutritional guidelines?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Input from the board as far as the compensation packet. Again, this is not our last meeting. We go through the compensation packet at least twice before we adopt in August.
I agree.
Bring up the information like on the money for the non-teaching. How we can spend everything, or student members are saying, give it to the,
Robert will get on that.
give it to the custodian or whatever the board decides. So, do we have anything else?
No, that's it.
Any questions before we adjourn? Make
We're not gonna have another meeting.
sure, down your concerns, Papa,
I'm
no.
gonna take that.
I know we just got everything.
Ms. Burns, can you post this draft on the,
It's a draft, so we
can't post it online anywhere?
until we get your questions, so that we can start adjusting.
But we're gonna have another meeting prior to
Yes,
the time that we're gonna adopt the budget.
yes.
The information in here from,
The salary tables, I'm sorry, Vince, the salary tables with the 8,000 and all of that, we can post that, because that's a law.
I didn't see in here anything having to do with insurances or anything like that.
Because today was just compensation, and then next board meeting, we add the benefits to it. So today was just compensation,
And later, I mean, we'll have the percentage for the insurance and.
because we have meetings with the insurance carriers, because we are planning to make some adjustments to it, so the benefits piece of it was not ready for presentation.
Okay.
Oh, I just want to remind you all that we do have a regular board meeting next Monday at 6, and we have a team of 8 on June 28th at 5. July 28th,
28,
yes.
July at 5.
And start looking at the next meeting.
And then after this, then we'll give you the next compensation meeting.
So that we can, put it on our calendar.
Then she said next Monday.
Yeah, the
July
right,
21st and July 28th,
Yeah, the LSG is on the 28th.
correct.
If not, I need a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn.
Motion, by Mr. Martinez, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Easton. All in favor? Can you adjourn?
You don't need help?
That's for the,
just need to.
Yes, can we have your personnel forms?
What time is it?